Good morning. Pardon me. Good morning, lovers of all things tabletop sports gaming. Last night, I received an email from Christopher, the gentleman who created Roller Derby Time. And of course, that game is available as in the Hall of Fame edition. All proceeds go to the Roller Derby Hall of Fame. The book and ebook are available on the Lulu page, but that's not what this video is about. Those who don't know, Christopher years ago used my time engine basketball game to make a roller derby game, which is without a doubt one of my favorite tabletop sports games, period. Even if it did not use my time engine, I just flat love it. And I've played quite a bit of it on the channel. Anyway, you can go into my Candlelight Games, Time Games by Christopher. And in addition to his free version of Roller Derby Time, he now has completed Alpine skiing time, which is pretty damn sweet. He said he was working on something else, but I won't mention it until he puts it out there. But check it out, folks. Again, it's completely free. It's in a print easy, or I should say, in a printer-friendly format, black and white, 8.5 by 11. Very cool art. And it is, again, it uses my Time Sports Series engine, and he has got some sweet. So skiers are rated in ski grade, technique and speed and equipment. I'm instantly, just seeing this, I'm instantly stoked. It's like, oh, damn. And we're talking about downhill and Super G races. By the way, for those who don't know, there's a brilliant film by Robert Redford. Redford back in the day during his heyday of the 70s, he made a film called Downhill Skier. And if you haven't seen it, it's a brilliant film about an Olympic hopeful who's basically obsessed with being a champion. It's a brilliant low-key film about downhill skiing. So if you haven't seen that Redford film, I advise it. Anyway, it'll get you juiced to play something like this. Anyway, so he's got the matchups, right? The mountain grade and the skier's grade. And obviously, remember, skier's grade is right here, right? Obviously, there'll be times where it may ask to check technique. That may require a special table, or it may require the same table, but a different grade. So we got the mountain grade, Whistler Mountain. And of course, he's going to walk us through that. General timing, downhill Super G, and then giant slalom. Oh man. So anyway, when you roll, general timing roll, you will, on the respective event table for the outcome, when you roll the RR result and this question event comes up, you'll want to check, with modifiers. So just remember that, right, we're going to see question marks come up that are going to require, a second event where you're going to add additional time, it sounds like, right? Skier creation rules, very simple. Again, all of this is following my time engine games, right? You always are able to create a player or a team or a boxer. It's not complicated. It is very fast and easy to do, and it allows you to on the fly create skiers or modify skiers, etc. And so he's got a group of men here. He's got a group of mountains, and then he's got his female skiers, and very cool. And then, of course, he always does a great job walking you through how to play his games, generally with walkthroughs. And there you have it, folks. It's 7 pages of alpine skiing goodness. It's so cool. Very cool. Thank you, Christopher. Number one for roller derby, because it has given me many, many years now of entertainment. And of course, I love the ideas that you come up with to use that time engine for, I won't say obscure sports, but these aren't everyday sports, right? Roller derby certainly could be an everyday sport if America would embrace it more, but unfortunately it doesn't get that kind of love, not since I think the 40s and 50s. Anyway, alpine skiing, of course. When I was a kid, Wide World of Sports, I would watch downhill skiing. Oddly enough, it's a strange thing, but I always loved watching downhill slalom skiing and ski jumping. I always liked watching ski jumping as a kid and the Olympics, Winter Olympics. Also, I may have talked about this before, just for the hell of it, how my closest friend and I taught ourselves basic programming on our Commodore 64. We were kids. We would get PC Gamer. And PC Gamer would always have basic games in it. You would have to type in the code and run basic. And if you had a computer that allowed you to run, code in a complete, code in a complete game in basic and then hit run, it would run a game that you've spent, So my friend and I stayed up all night one night to do downhill skiing out of a PC magazine because we wanted to play downhill slalom skiing. So we stayed up all night coding in, I don't know how many lines of code in basic, swapping off duties of reading the code while the other typed and vice versa. And so the kind of thing you do when you're, 10 years old, 11 years old, you stay up all night doing this stuff. Anyway, only to be completely and utterly exhausted in the morning with no way to save the work we did because I didn't have a cassette recorder for my Commodore 64. And we hit run, and there would be a break in the game, and you'd have to go in and fix your typos or correct your errors, and then you'd hit run, and it would go. And then we'd play it. And I think you played this with the keyboard, QWERTY, right? As opposed to a joystick and a QWERTY input, so right, left, slow, faster. And it being utterly exhausted, it was, needless to say, we were very disappointed in having stayed up all night long to do it. Now, again, as a kid, you don't know that the labor and the work was the goal. I mean, it was really the reward for the work, not the actual game. And it taught us that we both loved coding, we both loved computers, and we learned how to code basic, doing stuff like that. Long story short, I think this will be a hell of a lot more fun for the time we put into it, because it is, I can just tell, it's going to be great fun. I like roller derby. Something about Christopher's work leans toward fun. I mean, maybe it's because he used my basketball game for roller derby, but it didn't feel like my basketball game. It felt very much like roller derby, and it just seemed to fit. That engine of time basketball fit roller derby better than it did basketball at the time. And there's just something about it that lends to joy of playing a sport that's not something you do every day, not readily available to you. And something about the way he uses my engines with the information that he provides that just makes something incredibly fun. And anyway, Christopher, on behalf of the community, thank you for doing this and sharing this. All right, everybody have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.